Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm here with Amber Curry. She's originally from Delaware and she's now living in Las Vegas. And I just wanted to show you some of her art, talk a little bit about what she's all about. So, how's it going?
Pretty good.
So, how did you originally get started in art?
Well, I started painting when I was in high school back in Delaware. I just kind of took to it like right away. And as I'm kind of struggling through the projects where they're having you do oils and style of Georgia O'Keeffe, and think watercolors, and I just kind of started to realize that real tight, controlled, precise was not really my thing. And in one project, I just kind of went crazy and dumped a bunch of water on a canvas, and yeah, I was happy. So
Cool, yeah.
abstract kind of became more my thing.
Awesome. So you decided you don't want to really you want to be more free and kind of just do your own thing, like
Yeah.
just no restrictions.
Yeah, I like to get messy. I like to use whatever color I freaking feel like. For some glitter, there you go. I like working big. I have plans to work even bigger, so.
So what's the biggest piece you've ever done?
Well, my biggest piece so far is just it's a 3x2 foot, but well, I've got these canvas drop cloths here on the table. They're about to become something big. Cool. Now that it's warm and I can get outside, because clearly I don't have the room in here to do any of that. But.
So what have you been up to recently?
Recently, well, I am working on a piece here. I think I might be almost done. It's just a couple more things I want to do. I'm just waiting for some of this. It's that string gel. It takes a little bit of time to dry, so I'm waiting for that to dry so I can do my next thing. And I never really completely know when I'm done with a piece until I
that's
do
tricky.
something and
That's
it's
tricky.
like, okay, done.
Yeah, it's more of like a feeling,
Yeah.
You can't, you guys, it's like, all right, it's done now. And as long as you like come back to, maybe I can add something, or maybe,
Yeah. And my pieces kind of go through like a weird thing. Like a lot of times, like right now, I look at this, and to me at least, it looks a little overworked, and I always do that. It gets a little chaotic, a little overworked.
Yeah, sometimes you just like Control Z and like go back. It doesn't really work that way.
I go too far, but then I bring it back down. That's just what I found, works for me and what I'm the happiest with.
All right. So, what are your plans for the future? Do you have any big plans besides working bigger?
Well, right now I am currently volunteering at Jana's Red Room downtown in the Arts Factory, and I'm really enjoying that. I show some work there. Sometimes I show work up at the Corner Gallery. I'm a member of the Las Vegas Artists Guild. We have our own little spot up in there for guild members. So I do that. They are having a show at the West Charleston Library soon for the guild, and I'm hoping to put a couple of pieces in there and really kind of branch out more than right at the Arts Factory some. I'm hoping soon, I don't know if maybe next month for April or maybe the next month till I get everything together, I'd really like to set up outside in a tent for First Friday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, we'll put links to all your social media below this video. And so I want to show you guys a few of your pieces close up. How about that?
Okay, sure. And this is based on a death in 1946 called Tam and Should, or Somerton Man, that happened in Adelaide, Australia. Dead guy was found on the beach one morning. They don't know who he is, like to this day. All these weird things happened. All of the labels were cut out of his clothing. There was no identification, no nothing. They don't know. They think maybe he was poisoned, but even that, not quite sure.
So it's a mystery.
Yes. And the weird thing is, in the pockets, he had a tiny little slip of paper ripped out of a book that said Tam and Should, which was ripped out of a book called The Rubaiyat. And it basically translates to finished. And he also had a weird cipher in his pocket too, which no one has ever been able to decipher. If it, it could.
So maybe one of you guys can figure out what this means.
Yes, it could be complete gibberish. It might not be. No one's been able to ever figure it out. But it's just a really weird case, and just those things always have interested me. And obviously, like the cipher and like the sliver here are like, tired into it. Like, you have things like this orange here. There was orange thread found, like to repair a pocket in the pants he was wearing. There's also a weird suitcase found at a train station in a locker. Same orange thread was in it. So they think they're linked, but no one ever was quite sure either, so. That's how that kind of like pulled in. But I love any of those kind of things. So
yeah,
it's
that's
interesting and
that's
fun to
I haven't heard of yeah, that's
yeah. So I'm kind of like pulling in from like some of my favorite cases that and
so it's all like different mystery type stuff. Okay.
yeah.
So how about this one over here?
Okay, this was another one of those pieces like what I was talking about with that, where it just felt completely overworked. I actually got really mad with it, and then all I did was just smear this black over it, and it felt like, I'm like, wait, I'm happy now. I do, most of my work is actually done with just plastic putty knives. That's, I just literally just squeeze paint, usually straight onto my boards, and just, smear it around that way. I've got this bad boy here that I'm just looking forward to using.
Very cool, very cool. Awesome. To
really get it big. This was called Migraine. At the time, I was working on some smaller pieces, and I do suffer from migraines. And there are times where it's just like one after another after another. And if you've, had migraines yourself, you know just how completely debilitating they can be. And, I just still managed somehow that week.
So does art help you cope in any way?
Yeah, because when I was doing this, I just completely, it wasn't even bothering me,
Cool, cool.
The second I stop, though, I'm just... Okay, this piece up here is called Dirt and Glitter. It's one of the ones, it was actually shown up in the corner gallery, in our guild gallery, a couple of months ago. This was one of my first experiments with mixing sand into paint. I mix sand into paint a lot because I just like the texture you can get from it. And it was in the teal, so it's got like that whole grainy texture. And plus too, where I use the putty knives, a lot of times, like, as you're dragging the paint across, it'll, just kind of create some neat effects. And it's local sand too. I source it right here from Las Vegas. Yes.
Not imported from China?
Nope. And, well, Dirt and Glitter, basically it came from because, being relatively new to Las Vegas myself, I'm already seeing that there's a lot of dirt and there's also a lot of glitter, so.
Yeah,
it just
that's
kinda,
true. Yeah, I love that, love that.
Together.
It's always nice to like use stuff besides paint and that most people don't always think to use.
Yeah, definitely. And I love glitter. I kind of have like a little, I don't know, I used to do some stuff a few years ago that might have been a little overblown with the glitter and shiny and whatever, but I'm not giving the glitter up. Yeah.
Okay, how about this one? This is one of your latest.
Yeah, so this is what I am working on right now. I started on it last week, and I kind of took last week off. I wasn't feeling so hot, and then started back up again. Sometimes it's really weird because, as you can see, there's like a lot of different colors and layers mixed in here. It started out completely different, and that's fairly typical for my pieces because when I start something, I don't ever really start with any kind of preconceived notion. I just start with a color and kind of decide, okay, so I've got that and I want this on top of it, and just keep building from there. Sometimes what it kind of looks like from the beginning, you may not even see it by the end.
Yeah, you all cover it up
you just
and
keep
evolve.
going, And this piece actually had a lot more green and orange and colors like that, which you don't really see much of now. I kind of had like a weird little bit of like synchronicity like over the last couple of weeks involving snails of all things. And originally it did actually have, I had cut a stencil out of some paperboard, and it had like some spiral kind of things. Sometimes I like working with stencils, they can be kind of fun. And that's all kind of completely covered up now. I use like just some fluid acrylic and like the teal, which is, you'll see a lot, it's like one of my favorite colors to use. And I was just literally just squeezing it on like kind of in a spiral. And it's fun with the putty knives because you can still like get a bit of a pattern, just do however you want, and just how, whatever way you drag it across, you still have some kind of a semblance of like a pattern. And then I also kind of like just took, when the paint was still wet, I took just a clean putty knife and just kind of scraped away at the layers like in a spiral pattern, like I'm trying to, like up here there's like one that you can kind of see, just to kind of give that impression of the snail shells. And the where I've used this string gel stuff, it's kind of, no, I've never seen a snail that like leaves like magenta, you know, snail trails everywhere, but it's still kind of, you know.
Reminds me of that movie 300.
Pushing that. Yeah.
The CGI blood. That's funny. Yeah, I like that. So you draw inspiration from a variety of sources like snails, mysteries.
Yes.
So what else?
Yeah, some of my big things, space. A lot of my things, stuff kind of comes from space.
Do you believe in aliens?
I've seen some things, man.
Very
But
cool.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, all kinds of like, you know, like space, you know, sciencey type things. I kind of, when a little bit, you know, a few months ago when we were still a little bit newer and still kind of exploring things around here, one of our big things that we love going hiking and rock climbing, you know. And one trip out, we were in Red Rock, and I actually found a piece of fossilized coral. And I'm like thinking,
wow.
you know, like, how cool is that? You're in the middle of a desert and you find a piece of fossilized coral that was once at the bottom of an ocean. Only to realize
wow.
that, yeah, Las Vegas once was underneath of an ocean, you know, like way back when. And, you know, just like, you know, just to think of how much it's changed, you know, and that like really kind of like inspired a piece that I was working on at the time. And so I'm like trying out all these different paints, and lately I got this stuff to try, and I actually really like it, this Createx stuff, and but it's matte. And at first I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it, but in seeing, like, you know, when it's like mixed with some of the other paints I use that might be glossier, I kind of like the effect of having like some elements matte, some are glossy, and I don't really want to, like, you know, mess it up with like a unifying varnish after I'm done, because it kind of can create a depth that is just kind of interesting.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. I've never messed with varnish before, so
Yeah.
I understand. Like, you know, if it's gonna last 100 years, you probably want to do that.
Yeah.
But you know, we're all gonna be dead by then.
Exactly.
Anyway.
And you know, for all this talk, you know, like, especially when I was first getting back into painting, and you like see all these, like, you know, websites and blogs, and they're like, you know, you got to use the best of the best. You know, don't skimp on anything. And yeah.
We could separate.
Yeah, I have paintings that were literally some of the ones I did in high school that are on, like, you know, just Frederick's.
This is the cheapest stuff.
Yeah, the
you know?
Frederick's canvas boards with, like, you know, the student grade acrylics. They look fine. They've like lived in apartments where there was like tons of like smoking and who knows what. They're not varnished. They've been moved everywhere. They still look exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I was always curious,
like,
you know, certain brushes you can get 50 cents. Certain brushes cost like $10 for a brush. Does it really cost that much to take a paintbrush?
Yeah, so it's like, I'm just like, it's like, whatever.
There was the ketchup on cardboard.
Yeah, I did.
I
I once painted, it was ketchup in ketchup.
Wow.
And it did. It actually lasted about 10 years until it just kind of became so brown. Like, you know what, your time has come.
Well,
You can go now.
Did it get moldy?
It did, actually.
What?
10 years.
Yeah. And I did at one point, I painted like exclusively on cardboard. And, you know, I didn't even gesso it or anything first. And, you know, by the logic of, you know, spare no
thank you.
spare no expense, you know, those should be completely trashed. They still look fine.
Yeah.
The colors are still bright. Nothing's peeling or cracking or anything.
And plus, like with digital photography, you could save everything in a certain point in time, and you can always print it in the future and reproduce it.
Yeah.
So, interesting.